Hey YouTube, Brandon Mabaroshi here, and I'm here to talk about my channel. Just to give you some bullet points in case I digress, so you know where I'm going. I'm going to talk about why I started the channel, where the name came from, things about that, and then, well, to be completely honest with you, what I'm going to do with this channel. Alright, so to let you all know what's happening with me is, I haven't posted in a while. And the reason I haven't posted in a while is because of copyright infringement. I don't want to be accused of something I'm not trying to do. If I was trying to infringe on copyright, I would literally just write the same goddamn thing, copy, paste, and say it's mine. I don't do that, okay? I stream. I stream my experience. I am a foul-mouthed man, and the reason I am a foul-mouthed man is because for most of my life I was a nice, polite person. But then people continued to treat me with absolute disrespect and started treating people how they treated me. Okay? Treat people the way you want to be treated because they will treat you the way you treat them. Go figure! I treat people the way they treat me. If you don't like it, adjust your behavior because, believe me, I'm not going to change. I changed so much that all I started doing was going through the full cycle of humanity, except for the death. But the different phases that humans go through and stuff, I've been through it all. I haven't acted on a lot of them, but up here, I've been through them. Alright, I digressed. I do that a lot. I repeat myself a lot. Please bear with me. I was born stupid. I had to learn to be smart. Alright? And it was difficult because I was born stupid. I was born strong, though, so I had to learn to limit my strength and boost my intelligence. Not a good thing. I always wanted to be a balance. Brandon Mabaroshi was the bridge between the fantasy world and the real world for me. He was a fictional character that was inspired by everything I have been exposed to in my entire life, and I continue to add to him. Or his story, his universe, if you will. My universe, if you will. He's the main character of my universe. My universe is a multiverse of diversity. Straight up diversity. And if it's out here in this world, it's in my universe, okay? Even if I don't know about it. That's the secret. What I want to do with this channel, why I started this channel is to watch YouTube. Go figure. Then I learned I could stream my PlayStation 4 games. I was like, Mel, I'm on my cell phone. Mel, you gotta watch this streamer. Oh, okay, give me a minute. It was me. And here's why. Because I could stream my video games on a system she had. I could get closer to my friend. Then I just decided, I'm going to do live streams because it's fun. Okay? I did live streams for my games. I kept getting struck with copyright. That's why I haven't posted in a while. I'm not trying to deliberately copyright. I'm just trying to share my experience. Yes, I'm repeating myself. I'm trying to get back to where I was before. So, that's what I want to do. I want to stream. I want to talk about the things that I like to talk about. Because I like a lot of things. My likes and dislikes are so diverse, I could build a world. An entire isolated world. I really could. So, here's what's going on. In the future, I'm planning to start doing more reviews and discussions. And since I won't have the actual product, I shouldn't be copyrighted for that. I don't know. I'd also like to do a couple of live streaming, World of Warcraft specifically because I love World of Warcraft. It's my favorite video game. A PlayStation 5 if I ever get one, but mostly my PlayStation 4 and the games that I have for that. Yeah, I say a lot. I'm starting to do that because I've been doing this a while. This is like number 20. This is my 20th recording, alright? So, where am I going? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go with my channel because I don't know what's going to be accepted. And that makes me very nervous to make an attempt. But I'm going to make the attempt because, to be completely honest with you, I can't not do it anymore. I can't hold back anymore. I can't hide anymore. I've hidden my entire life. I've let myself go into small groups, only small groups, because I'm a wild card, and my actions have consequences. The things I think and talk about can really blow people away and divide organizations. Okay, I'm not talking about dividing groups. I'm talking about dividing organizations. Okay, because I think of the big things. I think differently too. I go into the meta a lot. All right, and the meta is, I don't know how to describe the meta because I'm nuts. Oh yes, I am nuts. I'm crazy. I have ADHD. I might be bipolar, but I haven't been diagnosed with bipolar. But I know the shadow of it exists because my mother's bipolar, and I had to deal with her. And I was traumatized by her, and I know I traumatized her, all right? I'm not saying she's guilty and I'm innocent. I'm saying we're both guilty, all right? I'm no innocent. I do not believe I'm innocent. I do believe I'm not doing anything wrong, but I don't believe I'm innocent, okay? There's a difference between being innocent and not doing anything wrong, okay? Innocence is pure, okay? Pure. Not doing anything wrong is, I know this is a gray area, but I don't think it's wrong. To me. If I'm wrong about that, so be it, I'll believe what I believe. You believe what you believe. I will do my best not to force my beliefs on you. And if you don't force your beliefs on me, we're going to be good. I'm of multiple minds of many subjects. My personal favorite subject to talk about is the nature of life, the universe, and everything. No, not the answer to the great question of life, the universe, and everything, which is 42. No, I'm talking about the great question itself. Why are we here? If you read the Bible, Cain killed his brother Abel because he was jealous. And I used to think that Cain did not know that he was going to kill his brother. I think he was angry and he lashed out and he went too far. Okay? I sympathize with Abel. I really do. I feel bad for that. But because that happened, because Cain killed Abel, he was afraid that people would kill him. And so God took mercy upon a killer. What was one of his commandments later on? Thou shalt not kill. And he took mercy on a killer. That, an altercation, there was a question. Where is your brother? And the response was a question. Am I my brother's keeper? God didn't answer. Because Cain asked that question because he knew he was supposed to be his brother's keeper. He was supposed to look out for his brother. Okay? Cain knew that, and look at what he did to his brother. And he knew that. God did not answer that question because he wanted Cain to come to the understanding that he is supposed to look out for his brother. Okay? That's where I'm going with this. People need to look out for each other. Okay, so I digressed and started talking about my favorite topic, life, the universe, and everything. Okay? The great question, am I my brother's keeper? Yes. Yes, we are our brother's keepers. Or in some cases, sisters. But here's the thing. We're flawed. We are flawed because we are potent. We have potential. We have will. This will is free. Freedom itself is flawed, but you have to accept the flaws to be free. And if you try to make restrictions to try and deal with the flaws, it doesn't work. It just makes more flaws, more chaos, more trouble. The perfect human beings could not follow one rule. Don't eat from that tree. Okay? This is Cain and Abel's parents. So, the reason I talked about that is because that's the kind of things I talk about. But I also talk about World of Warcraft. I talk about video games, I talk about manga, I talk about anime, and the stuff I like is controversial. Okay? They're very highly adult themed. Okay? Because I'm an adult. I'm not a mature adult. I'm an adult. Alright? So because I am an adult, I am privileged to be exposed to these things. Because when I was a child, I wanted to be exposed to these things. I liked them. Even back as a child, I liked adult things. Alright? But I was restricted all the time. So because I was restricted all the time, I got even deeper. The more taboo, the better. And I learned something about myself. I like breaking rules. But I don't try to break the rules. I try to see how far I can push. The boundaries. I like to figure out where my boundaries are, and I do my best to stay within those boundaries. Like Johnny Cash, I like to walk the line. Johnny Cash is a very important musical figure for my family because my father loved Johnny Cash. And I loved Burl Ives. The man who taught Johnny Cash's chords was Burl Ives. I'm a 1990s baby, and I like Burl Ives and Harry Belafonte. All right, my musical taste is so diverse. I don't remember the names. Okay, I just remember what it sounded like and some of the words, and that's how I find songs. I type in the lyrics to find songs because I don't remember the names. There are too many. I'm terrible with names. I can't even remember my name half the time. I don't pronounce it right. I pronounce it the way my mother pronounced it when I was a kid because that's the way she can. She was deaf, so she couldn't pronounce it properly. My mother taught me how to sing and she was deaf, and I can carry a tune. She can if she tries, but she's afraid. And she's afraid to, in church, she's afraid that she will offend God. I don't think she will, but she thinks she will, and that's enough for her. My goodness, 13 minutes. 13 is one of my lucky numbers. So that's basically where I wanted to go with this. I want to tell you guys what was up with my channel, why I haven't posted in a while, copyright. I want to tell you where I want to go with this channel. I want to do more talking like this. I want to do more discussions. I want to have discussions. I want to look at your guys' comments, all right? I want to look at your comments. I'm crazy. Yes. I'm insane. Yes. 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 It's beyond insanity because of this, all right? I was forced, and I forced myself to try again and 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 again until I got it. I hate to give up. I hate to ask for help. And I hate the fact that I need help. I hate myself for not being capable of taking care of my own affairs. And that's the thing, though. Humans are not supposed to be alone. God himself said man is not supposed to be alone, so I will make him a partner. And he tried every beast in the world, and no one suited him. So he had to make a partner out of his own flesh and bone. He had to have a being like him because man cannot function alone. It is not good for a man to be alone. And yet, most of my life, I tried to do everything alone. And that was my fault, my mistake, my choice. Yeah. And I suffered. I suffered at my hands. I put myself through hell. I had to accept things I knew were not true and pretend that they were until I could figure out what was true and address the problems. I was forced into counseling, and I considered it forced into counseling until my mother acknowledged that she had problems, which she did not do for many years while I was in counseling. But the day she acknowledged that she had problems and she made a conscious effort to change, I changed. Because I never believed she could. Never. My mother is changing. She's growing. If she can, I can. And so I tried harder. I learned. I tried to learn. I'm lazy. I'm lazy because I always never stopping. And my brain's always going. That's why I'm lazy. My body can't keep up with my brain. My body hasn't been able to keep up with my brain ever. Not ever. Not even when I was fresh could my body keep up with my brain. I was literally hurting myself because I was too strong for myself. Go figure. And see, here I am. I'm talking about myself. I like to talk about myself because I need to remind myself where I came from. And my stories have multiple perspectives because I've had multiple perspectives about my past. For me, time is wonky. My brain runs about 1,300 times faster than real time, and I learned that because I was sleeping, and I heard a thunderbolt go off right over my head, and I was able to do the math, and the thunderbolt, that, all right, a thunderbolt, all right. In my dream, it was a plane crash. It is the sound of a plane crash. And then dragging on the ground. There was the stroke, and then the return stroke, and then the thunder, and then the thunder, and then the thunder is what woke me up. And I did the calculations for lightning, and I found out that my brain runs 1,300 times faster than real time. It sucks balls, because if my body could operate like that, Quicksilver. I would be Quicksilver if my body could operate like that. I didn't like speedsters when I was a kid. I wanted to be fast, but I wasn't fast. I was strong. I liked the Hulk because I had an anger problem. I liked Superman because I was always too strong. I liked Mr. Fantastic because he was a genius, and I wanted to be a genius. But I was born stupid, and so I had to learn to be smart. How I learned to be smart is very simple. I grabbed my favorite book off of the shelf, and I started pretending that I knew how to read. And it worked. My mother, to her memory, says that one day, Bryant, you just picked up a book and started reading. To my point of view, I picked up the book and started saying the words that she said on the page to convince her that I needed to learn how to read. And she taught me how to read because I was mispronouncing things. That was the plan, to try to read and to have her teach me, because that was the only way I was going to learn. I was a child. Children should be seen and not heard in my family. I was not going to learn. So, once I learned how to read, my mother exposed me to Encyclopedia Brown. And she taught me the value of observation. Encyclopedia Brown was a detective. He was a little kid, and he ran a detective agency out of his garage. And his father was the chief of police, and he would sometimes ask his son for help. His son read an entire encyclopedia set, like me. Why do you think I got the idea? Well, he ran a detective business out of his garage, 25 cents per case. He'll take any case. The neighborhood kids would come by if he had a case. The police would come by if they had a case. And he would solve it. And he would solve it, and then the police would do their job with his information. And he was not wrong. What confused me, though, was these were advanced books, and there are some nuances to language I didn't understand. So I would get my guess wrong because of my understanding of the language was inadequate. And then I started picking up because the book would explain the fault in the language. I was able to pick up how people talk and how people try to reason things. And I started to learn. I devoured Encyclopedia Bound. I just devoured Goosebumps. And then my father would put books. I didn't really like them. They didn't have a lot of pictures. But I could follow some of them. Like, I remember picking up Pawn of Prophecy by David and Lee Eddings. I remember that book. I forgot it because it was so advanced. It wasn't something I read all the time. It was just a one-time thing. So I forgot it. I read it as an adult. I go, Belgarath? Huh? This is familiar. What? And I'm reading Belgarath the Sorcerer, which is an autobiography of a sorcerer in the story named Mr. Wolf. And I read the series, the Belgariad and the Malorian, and I'm like, this is familiar. And of course, I liked Star Wars. Oh God, I loved Star Wars when I was a kid. My dad had Star Wars books. I read the Star Wars books. I understood Yoda because I was already trying to learn church, and Yoda was church to me. Like, try not, do, or do not. There is no try. I can't believe it. That is why you fail. That was all I remembered of that movie, okay? Oh yeah, and Luke Skywalker cutting off Darth Vader's head to reveal that Luke Skywalker was Darth Vader. Okay, that got me, because I've had dreams like that, where I'm fighting evil and then I become the evil, okay? I understood that concept. I also understood what Yoda was trying to say, and that was all I remembered of that movie. But that's because that's what God was trying to teach me. Damn, 22 minutes. So, yeah, just to give you an idea of how diverse I am, I can listen to gospel and death metal. And everything in between. Classical and extreme modern. Except my music is quite behind and I don't really get into the popular stuff. Largely in parts of the fact that YouTube ads use of the most popular songs. And I don't like them because they're on the ads. I don't like ads interrupting my experience at the wrong time. Go figure. Anyways. So yeah. Little sample of me. Or a big sample of me, depending on your point of view, because remember, perspective and point of view are important to the story. And another person's point of view may be completely different than yours, and that's a lesson that I'm still trying to learn and master. Being a jack of all trades or being extremely diverse and variable has a flaw, and that flaw is you can't really master anything. If I mastered anything, it was diversity. And inconsistency. And violence. Because a man has to protect himself and his home. Alright, I don't like guns. I'm going to say that right now. I don't like guns because they're too loud, number one, and they reveal my position. Number two, when I was a kid, I watched Stargate. The original Stargate, alright? The movie with Kurt Russell and James Spader. Alright? And after watching that movie, maybe a couple of months after I see that movie, my mother sends me into the bedroom to look for something she lost. I don't know how to find it. It's not mine. I don't go into their room, all right? I leave adults to their room. I don't go through people's shit. And that was just starting to form there. And here's why. I was looking for such a thing, and I found myself staring down the barrel of my father's gun. I saw this movie. If I move, I'm going to get shot. Let go. Back up. I can't find it, Mom. I'm not going back in there. I did not explain why, and I never did. But that's why. Because Colonel O'Neill's son shot himself with his father's gun, playing with it. And here I was staring down the barrel of one of my father's guns. I was born stupid. I know that I am tended towards stupidity. So I took extreme steps to protect myself. So I don't like guns for that reason. If someone points a gun at me, I'm triggered. And I become very defensive, and I will try to take that gun away from them. And if I don't try to take that gun away from them, I will point it away from me. Because I know how dangerous they are. I've always known. And I know how dangerous people are too. That's why I don't like guns. And that's why I like a bow and arrow. Bow and arrow is silent. I can stay hidden after I lose 2 shots. After the second shot, I have to move. Because even by the second shot, even by the first shot, something knows which direction it came from. So maybe I have to move after the first shot anyways, but I could probably get another shot in. Alright? I love the bow and arrow. I'm a natural at the bow and arrow. Because I used to make them. I used to make my own bows and arrows out of shitty sticks and string. And I used to shoot them until I could shoot straight. Okay? Shoot straight with a crappy bow, like a bokoblin bow in Breath of the Wild. I mean that exactly. I used to make those. Okay? I used to make bokoblin bows. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. I used to make them. And they're crap. And I used to hit things with a crappy bow. So when I get into high school, I get my hands on a real bow, I aiming my way. Yeah, I aim like this. Okay? Or like this. It depends. It really does depend. I aim like this. I go boom, boom, boom. I hit my target. I almost hit the bullseye. I must have scared my teacher because he goes, try aiming the other way. So I aim like this. Missed the target entirely, hit the paper, but didn't hit the target. Okay? Fuck this, I'm aiming my way. And I pull up. I aim my way. Pum, pum, pum. 2 bullseyes and 1 just above the bullseye. The first shot was the one just above the bullseye, by the way. Aiming my way, I was better than aiming the way people tell me. And that taught me something. Doing stuff my way is better for me than doing it other people's way. Because other people can function differently. And I can't. I can't function like other people. My body doesn't work. That safety pickup that they teach you in work hurts my back. But if I pick it up my way, my back doesn't hurt. And my way is claimed to be the most dangerous way of doing it. But my back doesn't hurt when I do it that way. But if I pick up the way they want me to, I always injure myself. Always. Ergonomics is garbage. It's not true. It is an attempt to circumvent the rules, the laws. I had ergonomics tell me I was not allowed to sit down. My feet were bleeding, and I was not allowed to sit down, so I threatened them with a lawsuit. They were trying to get me fired after that, and they succeeded because I broke company policy. I admitted it, and so we left on good terms, because I didn't try to welch my way out and keep my job. I was honest about what I did wrong. Okay? I can't lie. I can exaggerate. I can tell you what I believe is true, and if that's not true, I believe a lie. But I believe that that lie is true. Until I receive proof, I don't change my beliefs. I like to see proof. And my proof that God exists is I have been his tool. There was a door in my church once that no one remembered. Okay? Everyone forgot about but me. And one time when I was homeless, I decided, I'm going to sleep around my church because I want to go to church tomorrow. I show up, I sit down at a picnic table, I light up my pipe of marijuana, and a homeless guy comes out of the church. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I'm screwed. Come here. Do I hit this? I'll smoke him out. I didn't know what else to do. Okay? I smoke him out, get to know him, and say, hey, man, you got to leave, and I've got to call someone about this because this is not right. This isn't cool. And so what I did was I called the elders. I called my elder, the one who knew me, because I didn't know people in church. I kept myself away because I didn't want to corrupt people. All right? I kept myself away from people because I didn't want to corrupt them. All right? I see myself as evil and toxic. So he walks off, and I call the elder I know, and he says, that's not my department. You need to call this guy. And so I called this guy. This man had always intimidated me because I could smell that he was carrying a gun in his pants leg. Okay? He was a retired cop. All right? He intimidated me because he was a man of authority. All right? I interacted with him this time directly for the very first time. Okay? And it was not the experience I was expecting. I was expecting to be treated like a criminal. And while the police saw me as a criminal, Jim did not. His name was Jim. Is Jim. And I left. But as I was waiting for the elder to show up, I was talking with the police. And then they got up, and I got up to follow them because, I'm not supposed to be there. I'm trespassing, all right? I understood this, all right? I went there with the intention to do that, all right? I knew this. They knew that, all right? I told them the truth. I told them what happened, all right? The dog started to react to drugs. I recognized this behavior, like, something's here. There's something nearby, and it's really close. Officers, your dog is reacting to my pot. Okay, good to know. I had to let them know that. I didn't want the church to get in trouble, all right? So here comes the elder, and he talks to me and says, you gotta go, I'll deal with it. The next day, I go to church. Come to find out that the guy had been living in that part of the church, that single room with one door that nobody at all in the whole congregation had a key to. Okay? Nobody had a key to that door. That door had been forgotten by the entire congregation. And someone had turned a condominium out of it and been stealing stuff out of the church. So when I say I have been used as an instrument, I have been used as his instrument to solve a problem for the church. And to be very specific, I'm talking about the Church of Christ. Okay? Not any denomination, because the term denomination is no name gathering. Direct translation. They have the name removed from them. The name of God. They are not true. That's why I am do not follow any denomination. I follow fact. I follow logic. I follow patterns. And I have seen a pattern of behavior in God through the Bible and how he interacts with his people, and I've seen it in the current living world, okay? I've seen his pattern, his fingerprints, evidence of his touch upon us, and that evidence is us. We are God's fingerprints. We are a part of him. We are what he left behind to manage this world. This whole world was left to us to take care of, to manage. We were his gardeners. In the very beginning, Adam and Eve were in his garden. They served him. They were his gardeners. We were meant to take care of this world. If you disagree, disagree. And let me hear it. I want to hear what you guys say. I want to hear opposing opinions. And if I disagree and if I think I can't be nice about it, I won't reply. But if I think I can be nice about it, I'll reply. And if I'm not being nice, I'm sorry. I'm not a nice person. I'm direct. And I don't like bullshit. I really don't. I love to bullshit people sometimes. I like to joke and have fun. I like to jerk people's chain. I like to push people's buttons. But I don't have any malice in it. I'm just trying to learn and have fun. That's it. I'm just trying to learn and have fun and enjoy my life. And if you guys get in my way, I'm sorry for the way I behave. I'm definitely sorry after the fact, and I'm sorry during the fact, but I'm unable to express how sorry I am during the fact because my other emotions are just running super high. Oh, about the marijuana, no, I'm not smoking at the moment. I'm actually sober, and I don't like being sober. And here's why I don't like being sober. I don't have an excuse other than it's me. But even if I have a substance, it's not the substance that's making me do it. It's me. Go figure. So, it's been about 35 minutes. I'm going to say peace, live long and prosper, because I'm Vulcanese. I don't know Vulcanese. I just like the Star Trek and Star Wars. Sci-fi, good. Sci-fi, fiction, great. Have fun.